everybody. This is Jay, and from Heroes to Icons. Today I want to talk about reprints. And a lot of people love them, a lot of people hate them. But I like reprints. I think they're important to the comic book industry. I think we need them. But I think Marvel has, more than anyone, has taken advantage of the ability to create reprints and are just reprinting books for no significant reason. And some books should be reprinted because they're just way too expensive for the average collector to afford. And, sometimes getting the original book, especially if you have a weekly pull list or you're getting other keys and stuff like that, some of these super keys or mega grails or whatever are just way too expensive. And as the comic book market continues to fluctuate and then the increased growth and popularity of the comic book market, some of these books are just unattainable for the average comic book collector. I know you could sell books and cut down. I'm not talking about all of that because everybody's not going to do that, and I'm not going to do it. But some books just should not be reprinted. It's retarded. Sometimes the book's not, is a year old or a couple of years old. And they, make a True Believers out of the book or whatever, I guess, to help bring people to the knowledge of the current series or whatever. But it's just dumb. These two books that I have in the background, The New Avengers, The Initiative, number 30. And I believe this is The Avengers 684, which is part of the No Surrender storyline, which introduced the Immortal Hulk, who is just on fire right now. But the Immortal Hulk, this Avengers book, I think is like a year and a half old. It's not even that old. And this Avengers book here is a few years old, but still, it's just ridiculous. I looked the New Avengers up, and this book, it's a True Believers book. You can get it at your local LCS for $1. But even on eBay, I couldn't even find any sales on this book, really. But on eBay, like one of the lowest sales for the original, not the True Believers book, was $2.99 plus $5.60 shipping and handling. It's looks like $8 book, $9 book on eBay. $9. It's not like, and I don't even know the significance of it. I didn't look up all of that or whatever. And this Avengers 684, it's a mint book for 9.8. It goes for $100, slabbed. I'm not even talking about a raw book. Just the prices that I got for these books are from Go Collect. So to me, it's just like you can get the book, you can find it. It's not gonna kill you. Oh, well, I'm going to pay $100 for a book that's only a year and a half old, but, slabbed and everything. It's $100. Not too far. But some of these other books, I think I'm not going to go in monetary order. I just got the book stacked up here. But some of them are, if you don't want to spend the money, depending on what grade you want, etc. And for some of them, they're so high, I only went to like a 5.0 or 5.5 graded. Or whatever. But I like the reprints. Some of the older reprints to me are the ones to get. Some of them are a little bit, hard to find. You got to look in the nooks and crannies. And then now they have these facsimile editions, which are great because it's the book cover for cover remade. And, for some of those unattainable books, it's nice to have it. But for the most part, I'm going to be showing the Marvel Milestone Editions reprints of these books. And I'm going to start with the first appearance of Sabretooth, which is Iron Fist number 14. Which it seems like that book just continues to grow in popularity. And it's a pretty expensive book, considering, it's just Sabretooth. But whatever, I love it. I am going to try to get it, the original one, because I need to complete my Iron Fist run, and I love John Byrne. But Iron Fist number 14, first appearance of Sabretooth as a 9/8 goes for $2,050. You might be able to find it for less. Somebody might be selling it for more. But that's the fair market value on Go Collect. And I don't know, like, the average of what people are looking at. I really don't talk to too many guys. Hunting books and stuff like that. My communication with other collectors is menial. But I put for a 5.0, it's $160. I don't know who would want a 5.0. Me personally, for $160, I'd get a 5.0 as long as the cover was halfway intact and the colors were decent, no rusty staples, etc. I'd pay $160 for a 5.0. And next up, we have the Amazing Spider-Man 129, which is the first appearance of the Punisher. And I didn't put what it was for a 9/8 because you start getting up there. But a 7.5 goes for $1,150. I don't know about you. Right now, I wouldn't pay $1,100 for a book. I just wouldn't. I just wouldn't do it. A lot of people, it's not a hard book to find. It's selling all over the place, but average grade 7.5. If you got a 75 at school, you wouldn't be too upset, and you'd be like, oh, I passed. It's a passable grade, and I think they do have the True Believers of this also. You can find it for $1. Next up, we have the Fantastic Four #1. Starting to get into the super duper high price books, and the grade I put for this was a 5.0. First appearance of the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family, big book. At a 5.0, it's $16,000. I mean, people get, I'll take a 1.5, and now I'm not even going to go into that, but most people want a book, when they look at it, it looks more than just intact. They want the cover to be halfway decent. They want the back to be halfway decent. No rusty staples, cream to off-white pages. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But some of these books are like so out there, like you're not gonna not buy a reprint of this book. And I believe Marvel also had a facsimile of this that just came out a few months ago. And you can get that, for $3.99. Next up, we have The Incredible Hulk #1. Great book. Another one of the unobtainables, I'll call them. And they don't have I think they may have a True Believers of this, but I know they don't have a facsimile of it yet. But I believe it's coming out. Incredible Hulk #1 at a 5.0 goes for $14,000. Come on. You can't be mad at someone for getting a reprint. I will never spend 14 grand on a book. I just, it's just me. I got a high pull list, and there's other stuff that you can get. You got the reprint, the Marvel Milestones, and I guess that's as far as it would go. Next up, we have the Superman book of Marvel right now. It's all over the place. It's The Incredible Hulk 181, the supposed first appearance of Wolverine for 90% of the collectors out there. And I'm going to have this written down. I didn't put a 9.8. I just didn't, because that's not what the average person is buying. I put Hulk 181 at a 7.5 is $2,900, which for this book, I guess, is reasonable. But they got the Marvel Milestones, this right here. They have, I think, a True Believers version of it, and it also just came out with the facsimile edition of this, which those books can go from anywhere from $1 to $3.99. So you go from $3.99 to $2,900. take your pick. You know, if you got $3 grand floating around, you don't want to do nothing with, grab the Hulk 181. But I'm just making a point for us, guys that don't have that money like that. Next up, we have giant size XMen, which, to tell you the truth, I'm an X-Men fan, so I would definitely try to get this. And I didn't put a 9.8 because it's a high price book. But they have the Marvel Milestones, the True Believers, and they just came out with the facsimile edition of this. So that book also bounces around anywhere from $1 to $3.99. The Marvel Milestone editions of all of these books, you're not going to find for $2. You're not unless, they're back in the dollar bin somewhere when you find them digging. But nowhere on the internet, you're going to find these books for $1. I don't know why. I don't know what makes the Marvel Milestones more important, but they're usually not $1 or even $2, $3. All right, y'all, my bad. Phone cut me to the quick. Guess memory was getting short or something. But anyway, you cannot find these books for $1. Now we're going on to the last two books. And of course, they are Spider-Man books. We have The Amazing Spider-Man #1. First solo series for Peter Parker, Spider-Man. And his first team up with the Fantastic Four. I got 2 grades and 2 prices for this book. At a 7.5, The Amazing Spider-Man #1 goes for $9,000. Hey, man, whatever floats your boat. I think I might have to get like a 1.0 or something. And if 9,000 is too much for you, I put a 5.0 goes for $12,000. I guess many of us would rather buy a small car for that. But where there's a will, there's a way, right? So have your collection and get The Amazing Spider-Man #1. And The Amazing Spider-Man is a milestone, as you can see before you. They also have a True Believers, and they just came out a little while ago with a facsimile edition, which I bought 2 of those. And the last book, of course, is the Holy Grail for many of us. But I guess I'll settle for this. Amazing Fantasy #15. The very first appearance of Marvel's Peter Parker, the Amazing Spider-Man. And this book here is expensive. Most people, most collectors that don't already have this book will definitely be buying a reprint. And I believe in October, Marvel is coming out with a facsimile of this. And I'll get like 3, because I'm that facsimile guy, if the book is old enough. And Amazing Fantasy at a 5.0 is $37,000. Unobtainable. But what I'm saying is that there are some books that you would not mind having a reprint or a facsimile of. And was it Amazing Adventures or something like that? Amazing Stories? Number 20 or something like that. Reprints is the official first reprint of Amazing Fantasy 15. I want that book. It's the first reprint of Spidey's first appearance, and to me that's worth something because it's the first reprint. So I don't know my logic in that, but it's better than paying $37 grand for a book. You know what I mean? But to all you super diehards out there that got the money and you're able to flip and you got the moxie and the know-how, that's awesome. Teach us, show us. And for the rest of us, we shall get these reprints. But as I said in the beginning, there are some of these books that are just, why are you reprinting them? You know what I mean? There's absolutely no reason that Avengers No Surrender and New Avengers should be reprinted when the books are readily available. There's a million of them out there. And, you know, as far as grails and such are concerned, they're cheap. $100 for a 9.8 graded of the first Immortal Hulk is cheap. It's better to do it now until, you know, they come out with Hulk versus Wolverine, and it's the Immortal Hulk, and this $100 book is $1,500 then, because no one bought it when it was $100. So I hope this video has been a little bit enlightening. Hope you haven't turned it off. Well, if you're here all the way to the end, I would like for you to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you are able, please share it on whatever social media that you can. Until then, thank you for watching, and I will catch you at the same bat time and at the same bat channel. Peace.